My name is Lisa. I'm single, currently without a boyfriend, and living at my parents' house while working for a company. I used to live on my own, but my father got sick and had to be hospitalized. Although he was discharged safely, I was still worried, so I decided to move back home to live with him. On this particular day, I was meeting with my best friend, Mia.
Isn't it crazy that someone could scam 10 billion yen and then flee the country? It's like something out of a movie.
I couldn't believe how easily they pulled it off. I was shocked when I saw the news.
When I heard 10 billion yen, I couldn't even process how much that was. My brain just short-circuited from the sheer amount.
Hey, Mia, if you had 10 billion yen, what would you spend it on?
That's a no-brainer. I'd order all the high-end eggs and soy sauce from across Japan. I'd do a taste test of egg over rice dishes. Oh, and me too. I'd save the rest.
That's so practical. Mia and I would always chat and laugh about all sorts of things like this. My job was going well, living at home was going smoothly, and I was living a relatively happy life. However, my father's condition worsened, and he had to be hospitalized again.
I'm sorry, Lisa. It must be tough for you to come to the hospital.
It's no trouble at all. There's a bus stop and a taxi stand right in front of the hospital. More importantly, Dad, if there's anything you need or want, don't hesitate to tell me, okay?
What I have now is more than enough, thank you.
Every day after work, I would visit my father in the hospital. He always looked so happy to see me, and I wished for his quick recovery. However, a few months after his admission, my father quietly passed away without ever leaving the hospital. On the day of his funeral.
Long time no see, Lisa. Still got that gloomy face, huh?
Big brother.
Sis, you gotta stop looking so down.
Brigitta, you're here too. It's been a while. Neither of you visited Dad even once.
I've been busy with a lot of things. Don't look so depressed.
Of course I'm sad. Dad just passed away.
I guess working at a small company really takes a toll on your appearance, huh?
Brother, don't be so mean. Haha.
I can't believe you can laugh at a time like this. Sometimes I envy your thick skin. These people are my older brother, Tobin, and my younger sister, Brigitta. They never visited our father in the hospital and were acting nonchalant even on the day of his funeral. Their lack of sorrow during our final farewell to the father we would never see again left me utterly dismayed. Then.
Oh yeah, I have Dad's will. We should open it and see what's inside soon.
Wait, Dad left you the will? Are you serious?
Well, I am the eldest son, so it's only natural that Dad entrusted it to me.
I see. If that's what Dad decided, then okay.
It's definitely about the inheritance, right? Well, I'm so excited.
Though I tried to remain calm, I was very surprised that our father had entrusted the will to Tobin. He could have given it to me. But since Tobin is the eldest son, I decided to follow his lead and kept quiet. A few weeks after our father's funeral.
Hey Lisa! Check this out. Dad's will says he left 15 million yen each to me, the eldest son, and Brigitta, the youngest daughter.
Really? With that much money, I can have endless fun. Dad is the best, I love him so much.
You only say things like that when it benefits you.
Come on, Lisa, I know you're upset, but there's no need to get so tense. Your name is in here too, see? It says the house is left to Lisa.
Huh, the house goes to sis.
After all those visits to the hospital, all she gets is this rundown house? That's just too sad.
What?
Well, compared to our successful big brother at a major company, and me, a stable public servant, you are just a low-level employee at a small company, sis.
You don't have to put it that way.
You are such a failure, it's no wonder Dad didn't like you.
Dad never said anything like that.
Face reality, Lisa. Now you understand, right? Being filial is pointless. Whether you visit or not, the favored ones always win, you fool.
Don't talk like that.
Well, I become a successful professional, so of course Dad liked me better. Parents always favor their more accomplished children.
You were never loved. In the end, you can only blame yourself for being such a failure.
After Tobin and Brigitta finished ridiculing me and gloating over the contents of the will, they left the house. Honestly, having my father around would have made me far happier than any inheritance. As I was cleaning up the house, I came across something. Several years later, out of the blue, I received a call from my brother, Tobin. Hello? What do you need?
Lisa, you have to lend us money right now.
There's no way I'm lending you money. You call me out of the blue just to ask for this. Both you and Brigitta inherited 15 million yen each when Dad passed away.
Why are you bringing up something from years ago?
That money is long gone. We spent it all ages ago.
You spent all that money? I'm shocked.
Shut up. Just give us the money, you failure.
Yeah. Don't act all high and mighty when you don't have any real talent.
I'm not acting high and mighty. Anyone would be shocked if they got a call after years, only to be asked for money. It's only natural to be taken aback by that.
Shut up. I don't care about any of that. Just go to the bank and get the money.
We're coming over now, so make sure you have the money ready.
Tobin and Brigitta seemed quite panicked as they talked, then abruptly hung up. Though exasperated, I reluctantly decided to go to a certain place. When I arrived, Tobin and Brigitta had already gotten there.
The house is gone. What's going on here?
It's been demolished. What is this? What's happening?
I sold that house. This whole area is being developed into an airport zone. So, I thought it was a good opportunity to sell the old house for 50 million yen.
50 million yen? We only got 15 million each.
That should be more than enough for you.
It's not fair that you get all the good stuff, sis.
You were happy about inheriting all that money, weren't you? Stop saying things that give the wrong impression, like I'm the only one benefiting.
But selling the house without consulting us at all is outrageous.
Exactly. You can't just hog it all. Pay us compensation.
Why should I pay compensation? I simply sold my own property. I inherited the house, so it's in my name. I didn't need to consult you.
Even so, this was our family home. It's ours too.
Yeah. You could have at least told us.
It was our family home, but now it's my house. I inherited it. The will clearly stated that, and you too laughed about it being just an old rundown house.
Still, selling it without telling us is the worst.
This place held our family's precious memories.
Don't be ridiculous. How can you say that? You and Brigitta sold Dad's watch and Mom's cherished kimonos. Those were the real precious memories of our parents, and you sold them off. Despite inheriting 15 million yen each, Tobin and Brigitta sold our parents precious items. Among those were things they had gifted each other before they got married. But they prioritized their immediate desires and sold everything without a word. When I pointed this out,
Come on, they weren't going to use that stuff anymore, so what's the problem?
Exactly. Sorting through a deceased person's belongings is tough, you know? So my brother and I just decluttered everything for you.
you're just making excuses and not taking any responsibility, are you?
There's nothing to take responsibility for. Brigitta and I did it out of goodwill.
Here, this is a letter from Dad. I found it while cleaning up the house.
Who cares about some old letter? It's been years since Dad's funeral. Whatever you say, it's too late to matter now.
You're always saying such selfish things.
Stop changing the subject, sis. It doesn't matter why. If you have 50 million yen, give some to us.
No way. Why should I give you any of the money I made from selling my own property?
Because we grew up in that house too.
But I inherited the entire house, so neither of you have any right to it.
That doesn't matter. It's about the principle. Now, split that 50 million 3 ways.
That's absolutely impossible. I'm not giving you a single yen.
Don't get cocky, thinking you're better than us.
Yeah, right. You were never loved anyway.
That's not true. Your father treasured and appreciated kind-hearted Lisa the most.
As Tobin and Brigitta kept insisting that I split the 50 million yen with them.
Hey, who the hell are you? Don't just butt into our conversation.
My apologies.
We're having a very important discussion, so don't interrupt.
Both of you, calm down. This is Noah, our lawyer.
What? Why the hell is a lawyer here?
Dad sought Noah's advice for many things before he passed. So, when I sold the house, I also got a lot of help and advice from him.
So what? A lawyer is just an outsider who knows nothing.
Yeah. Sis just got lucky that the house sold for 50 million yen.
Buck, you two really don't understand anything, do you?
What do you mean by that?
Your father knew about the airport construction plans that had been in the works for years. He knew the land here would sell for a high price. That's why he decided to leave the house to Lisa.
So Dad intentionally left the best thing to Lisa?
Of course, She has been living with him, worrying about him all the time. It's only natural that he would be grateful to such a devoted daughter.
That's unbelievable.
If I had known that, I would have inherited the house.
Dad would never have entrusted the house to either of you. He probably anticipated that you'd sell everything off anyway.
I agree. You should be grateful for the substantial inheritance he left you.
My father made sure that I would inherit the most through his will. The house, which had been in our family since my grandparents' time, may have looked run down. However, considering the land area, it could be sold at a high price under the right conditions. Tobin and Brigida never imagined our father had such plans.
Lisa, it's not fair that you got so much more. We can't get by on just that money.
Exactly. That's why my brother and I are in trouble now.
How do you even spend 15 million yen in just a few years?
Probably on pointless stuff.
We used it efficiently.
I'm sure you spent it poorly.
Whatever. You're rich now, so share the money.
We're siblings, right? Family should help each other out.
Help each other out, my ass.
Eek.
Who the hell are you?
Seriously, scum like you only talk about family when it suits you. You never bothered to contact Lisa before, but now it's all about the money.
Wait, you're the woman I saw at the office of the Yakuzaka group.
Glad you remember.
But why are you here?
She's my best friend, Mia. I called her because she was looking for you too.
You two blew money on ridiculously expensive brands, flaunted it around, and then racked up debts partying every night at cabarets and host clubs, right?
Ah, so you found out. Well, since we're family, Lisa should help us out.
She has no obligation to help you.
Just lend us the money, please.
I've had enough. I'm taking both of you to the office. Get ready.
Why? We've managed to evade trouble so far.
Yeah, let's just forget about the money.
Then let's also forget about being family. I'm cutting ties with you both. We're no longer related.
Talking to you any longer is a waste of time. You can figure this out on your own.
When I firmly told Tobin and Brigida that I was cutting ties with them due to their irresponsibility with money.
Wait, Lisa, please. Just a little bit. Just enough to cover the debts.
You borrowed it, so you pay it back yourself.
Don't say that. We'll pay you back little by little.
That's a lie for sure.
Why do you doubt us? We're saying we'll pay it back.
Because people who say that start by paying back a little, but then they delay payments and eventually make excuses to avoid paying at all.
We won't do that. We'll pay every month.
If you can do that, then repay the people you borrowed from monthly.
We can't do that right now. Please, just lend us the money.
I won't throw away any more of the money Dad left us.
Once the debts are paid, we'll be free, and then we'll pay you back.
You shouldn't have run away from your debts in the first place.
I'm sorry. Lisa, please help us out.
No. Pay it all back yourselves.
I'll write an IOU and apologize for everything. Please.
If you run from the office people, you'll definitely run from me.
We won't run. We'll pay it back.
We'll transfer it every month, please.
No matter how many times you ask, my answer is no. You should regret your wasteful spending.
With 15 million yen, you could have lived comfortably even if you stayed single.
Understand how significant that amount is. Now, goodbye, strangers. Tobin and Brigida were desperate for money and kept insisting that we shouldn't cut ties. However, my decision was firm, and with Mia's help, they were taken to the office. Tobin and Brigida had been living on the run due to their unpaid debts. The Yakuzaka group had a hard time tracking them down since they weren't always together. But now, their days of fleeing were over. The two of them had become so overconfident after inheriting 15 million yen that they even quit their jobs. They squandered the money on fun and games, only to quickly run out and end up in debt. Without any income, our father arranged jobs for them at a factory owned by an acquaintance. The factory had dormitories, so they had a place to stay, but there were guards on duty 24/7. They needed permission to go out, which was rarely granted. Their wages were mostly deducted for dorm rent and debt repayment, leaving them with almost no money. Thus, Tobin and Brigida paid for their reckless lifestyle with a miserable existence, devoid of both money and freedom. As for me,
How many bowls of egg over rice do you think 50 million yen could buy?
that's not something you need to think about so seriously.
If I had 15 million yen, I can't think of anything.
Noah, you seem so practical. I bet you'd save every yen for your retirement.
Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll save it all. What about you, Lisa?
I'd buy my favorite cakes whole, line them up, and take a big bite out of each one.
How much can you eat?
Since then, Lawyer Noah and Mia have become unusually close. Because of this, the three of us often go out for tea or meals together. However, just like when it was only Mia and me, we still talk about all sorts of things and laugh a lot. Maybe because Noah was my father's confidant, he feels like an old friend. With friends to laugh with and a fulfilling job, life feels good. I decided to keep the 50 million yen that my father left me as a safeguard until I become a grandmother. I'll strive to live without touching that money. With this goal in mind, I spend my days enjoying ridiculous conversations and hearty laughter with my close friends, cherishing every moment. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.